Just got done doing that nasty barbell workout. I'm gonna do some push-ups as I'm putting my plates away. I just decided to turn my camera on. And for those of you guys who are doing 100 reps a day or more, I want you to start to introduce some different ways to vary the push-ups and or make them more challenging, just to bring some variance into your training. Okay, so one way, decide for myself I'm gonna do this, so I thought I'd turn on the camera and show you. I'm gonna do some banded push-ups. Okay, but like make it harder, not make it easier. So I have this band through my hands here, I don't know if you can see, and around my back, so it's gonna give more resistance as I'm pushing up. I'm gonna do a set of 20 for every plate I put away. All right, this is another way you can vary your push-ups, make them a little more challenging. Deficit, hands on dumbbells, you can do this with your hands on plates. So still make sure your chest touches the ground. Weighted push-ups with the plate on my back. So you might be wondering why not just do this with a weight vest, because that's what is in Murph. But I think the weight vest in Murph potentially makes the push-ups easier because it reduces the range of motion. So this is a way to guarantee I'm still doing full range of motion, also with a weight. I'll do a whole post about why doing Murph with a weight vest for a lot of people actually makes the workout easier. Technically, the word would be less intense. Easier is relative, but if we're talking about mathematical intensity, doing it with a vest for a lot of people is actually going to make it less intense. Because it's taking you longer to do the work. But I'll break that down for you another time. Feet elevated. So this is different than a pike. My hips are not going to be piked up. I'm just going to be elevated. So it's like the inverse of a feet elevated ring row, I guess if you think of it that way. All the way down to the ground. My midline got a little sloppy there. Finally, ring push-ups. So you want to get a pair of rings really close to the ground, just enough off the ground so your knuckles don't hit the ground, but not too high, because that at a certain point it'll make them easier, because it's like doing a hand elevated push-up, even though you are stabilizing a lot more. So there's benefit to it, even if the rings are high. Doing this with higher rings, like where they would normally be for like ring rows and stuff, that could be a good way to vary it if you're somebody who is doing some scaled push-ups, like some hand elevated or knee push-ups, to do some ring push-ups with the rings at about waist height. Strength-wise, it'll be easier as far as the actual pressing, but it'll be just a different challenge as far as stability, just because the rings are not stationary. So I'm gonna do a set of 20, probably not unbroken, on these low rings. And you can do this with a deficit as well. If you touch your chest all the way to the ground, all the way back up. You can get all kinds of crazy with rings as far as push-ups, doing archer push-ups, and I'll show you a couple of those archer push-ups. Those are hard. Oh, that wasn't even that great. But, all right, give those a shot.